What is up, everybody? Solomon here. This video may be the most important video that I have done to date, which will present a consolidation of research, which will present the scope, scale, and size of exactly what Ripple means, exactly what XRP means. This video presents factual evidence that XRP will be utilized in tandem or in conjunction with the SWIFT network. This is gigantic in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen things in the past from the company that I'm about to present to you, but now we see something current. I want to give a huge, gigantic shout out to CryptoNim. I rarely present other people's research in anything that I do. This individual found something that it was extremely current, and by current I mean yesterday current, a patent from a company that is integrated with the main company that updates the SWIFT messaging system to overlay and present the new financial messaging system for all of the banks on the SWIFT network to allow them to align themselves for preparation for ISO 20022. And this patent directly, again, the newer patent version, talks about settling with XRP and in tandem utilizing those legacy SWIFT rails. If you do not follow CryptoNim at CRPTNOYM on Twitter, please give this individual a follow. This is ridiculous. To start, we can see here, August 19th, 2021, computer implemented method for processing a financial transaction and a system thereof. This is from Identity, okay? There's been a couple of previous patents which I have found in the past, and they allude to the same thing. This is brand new though, and you will see that in these dates here. Let's go over what this patent means a little bit, and really the sheer scope and size of what Identity is doing with some of these gigantic legacy institutions, along with this patent, should provide you with a clear insight and picture of where this is going, where XRP is potentially going, how big Ripple is as an organization. Settlement. Gateway of Payers Bank sends by way of non-limiting. Example, XRP. I get it. It's an example. The native currency of the Ripple protocol. To Billers Bank Gateway. Payers Bank Gateway notifies token database of receipt. Now, they're still dealing in Nostro and Vostro here, which is very interesting to me. They're talking about tokenized messages. Very interesting. And the generation of transmission are illustrated in pseudocode at the end of the description before the claims. Reference to quote-unquote Sparrow is a reference to an instance of a token database. You will see Sparrow in a second here as well. Embodiments of this invention can be implemented utilizing the Ripple framework, the protocol and gateway, or more generally, of course, any blockchain-based framework, but they're just so happening to, and they have been for years now, 4 or 5 years, directly mentioning Ripple and XRP. In a particular form, the final settlement process can be enabled through a Ripple framework, thereby to facilitate substantially real-time settlements across multiple institutions and multiple banks. Gigantic. Now again, they're talking about XRP here. Again, and they're talking about SWIFT as well here. This is all in tandem, ladies and gentlemen. I will post the link to this updated patent. We're going to see some pictures here. Some of these pictures, we can see August 19th, 2021, sheet 10 of 23 here. We can see all of this here, this kind of layout, this wireframe diagram of how this is supposed to work. We can definitely see Ripple settlement right here. Right under the square box, we see Ripple and we see settle. Same thing again, this is figure 9B. Now, we talked about Sparrow before, right? So technical. The SWIFT technicalities are committed infrastructure. Spend is slow and the network is slow and expensive, right? Ripple, privacy gateway establishment. And then the proposed ecosystem structure would be Sparrow, which we talked about previously, that tokenized message database through Identity. Again, we can see just another kind of wireframe that they have here. Now, this is where it gets really juicy, okay? We can see that they just released a patent, again, that deals in XRP, that deals in SWIFT messages, that deals in the interfacing and the interfunctioning, the interoperability of both, utilizing the best use case possible for settlement, correct? Correct. Even though it's just an example, it's still there. It's been there for 4 or 5 years, and this was from literally yesterday. There's no arguing it. Identity was built on top of the Ripple protocol. I found this back in 2019 in August. Interestingly enough, when I click on this FinTech Innovation Lab article, I get the 404 error, website error. Identity. The goal of this simple, fast, and secure payment network from Australia is to make a cross-border payment as easy as a domestic payment. Built on the Ripple protocol, it is designed to support low-value, high-volume cross-border payments and reduce bank processing costs. Now we get that name Sparrow again, right? Sparrow's products are quickly deployable, cloud hosting, and provided to banks. Here's where it gets even juicier. Novati taps on-demand liquidity, which we know utilizes XRP to improve Australian remittance payments into Southeast Asia. Again, not old news. April 14th, 2021. I don't need to go overly in depth into this. Novati is utilizing XRP or plans to utilize XRP. 3 weeks ago, Novati signs up for Identity, the patent owner of what we just read through, software as a service version of Overlay Plus. So Novati is deeply tied into Identity as well. Now we can see Identity receiving U.S. patent approval for a previous patent based on the financial messaging aspects of something that certainly is going to tie into this, December 18th, 2020. Now we can see an Identity, HSBC, and KPMG panel that they had in 2019, which was right after all of those initial patents utilizing XRP and Ripple were filed. What is in this? And this is the Identity gentleman speaking here in this panel roadshow thing. Cross-border transactions settled in seconds. Cross-border transactions that can be settled in less than 3 to 4 seconds. That's got all the rich information associated with it. We can see here, Identity partners with Trace Financial to simplify new financial message standards migrations for SWIFT member banks. Again in 2019. Trace Financial deals in many of the partner integrations from a messaging standpoint from the banking sector that deal in SWIFT. The product partnership involves the integration of Trace Financial's established message translation software, Transformer, with Identity's innovative overlay platform, Overlay Plus, to simplify the migration to new ISO 20022 financial message standards for financial business transactions. A go-to market strategy will target SWIFT member banks looking to reduce the significant costs of converting their existing payments technology systems to comply with ISO 20022. Interestingly enough, Zinfin partnered with Trace Financial to provide blockchain-powered counterparty risk mitigation. We know how big Trace Financial is just by talking about them. We know that Ripple joined as the first distributed ledger technology company, the ISO 20022 standards body, focused on distributed ledger. Now, what does ISO 20022 mean to us? Because I'm going to wrap this up quick. I'm keeping these videos short. The information's there. We can all find it. This presents scope, size, scale. We understand how big this is. This is a day-old patent that has all of the imagery, all of the wireframes of how this is going to work. ISO 20022 from the ISSA, the International Security Services Association. Summary of key findings. Nascent technology could be a driver for usage of ISO 2022. The industry is evolving and needs to move beyond the traditional mindset around standards adoption. The adoption of ISO 20022 should not be a conversation about messaging syntax, but rather about how the industry can use the data standard to enable the new asset classes and technical infrastructures to become interoperable with the old. Let me repeat that one more time, and I am not going to say another word after this. The adoption of ISO 20022 should not be a conversation about messaging syntax, but rather about how the industry can use the data standard to enable the new asset classes and technological infrastructures to become interoperable with the old. Thank you, everybody.